It is dawning on the Iranians, they are winning, that the United States lacks the ammunition, the allies, and the political will to finish this. All the things Trump was warned about on February 27th, the day before he rushed into this. And again, this is where it's pretty serious. On the last show, I went over one of the most underreported stories of this war. That story being on day one, on February 28th, possibly March 1st, Iran incapacitated America's only naval base in the Middle East. It's in Bahrain. And they did serious damage to our only naval base in the Middle East on day one and continued all the way up until June, making our only distribution hub for ships in the region no longer operational. That is why the USS Abraham Lincoln doesn't have enough food, water, or sanitation. This is why they can't get shore leave, because with our only naval base in the Middle East rendered incapacitated by the Iranians, our ships blockading Hormuz must be resupplied by our naval base 2,200 miles away in Diego Garcia. See that? That's why our ships our sailors are on suicide watch. But nobody's telling you that on day one, Iran destroyed our only naval base in the Middle East. There are two concerns here, and they're very serious. One involves Iran, and the other concerns Russia. Okay? So, what if Iran, which is feeling feisty, I mean, they know we don't have the political will, we're not going to commit ground troops, and we're out of ammunition. What if Iran decides to launch a ground invasion? Now, why would they do that? Iran is predominantly Shiite. Our naval base in Bahrain has a huge Shia population. So does Kuwait. So does Iraq. The Houthis in Yemen, also Shia. So what if, to humiliate Donald Trump and the United States, Iran decides to go into Kuwait via Iraq, maybe to reclaim some waterways it lost during that war with Saddam Hussein in the 80s, or just to poke the bear, to humiliate Trump? You know, we're pulling out of Iraq now. Our soldiers are finally leaving Iraq. And Iran is saying, we want all the troops stationed in the Persian Gulf out of there. Well, what if we can't defend our troops? What if? I'm asking you, who is the big dog in that region? It used to be the United States, because we never showed our hand. Are we still the big dog in the Persian Gulf? Who guarantees the security for all the Persian Gulf states Iran attacked right after we launched the February 28th missile launches? What that did was we exposed our limitations, because we, being Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth, they didn't listen to everybody else who said, you cannot stir up this hornet's nest without allies. What if they close Hormuz? And Hegseth said, they won't. I prayed. Pastor Doug and I prayed that they wouldn't close Hormuz. So they're not going to. They said it's never going to happen. Iran, despite 20,000 bombs dropped on it this year by the United States and Israel, is remarkably resilient, and they are supplying Russia with drone and missile technology while they're fighting the United States. Ukraine attacked an Iranian ship last month in the Caspian Sea because that ship was Iranian and it was believed to be delivering weapons to Russia. See what's going on here? It's not Russia helping Iran, it's Iran helping Russia. So this is a problem. Trump can claim that he won. What are we going to do if Iran pokes at us, pokes at Kuwait, pokes at Iraq, pokes at Bahrain with troops, begins seizing land, islands in the Persian Gulf? You see how well it's going. We can't get Hormuz opened because we would be sitting ducks. What are we going to do? So that's the first problem, and it's very serious. And this is why you don't put Cretans, religious Cretans, like Pete Hegseth in charge of your Defense Department or Donald Trump. Okay, that's the first problem. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that U.S. intelligence is now telling Donald Trump that they expect Putin to test NATO's resolve earlier this fall, or at least very soon, by launching some kind of attack on one of the Baltic countries, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, or Poland. These are NATO countries. Any attack on one is an attack on all. And it's not just U.S. intelligence warning Putin might move on Eastern Europe. Analysts inside the American Enterprise Institute, that's a conservative think tank, as well as German Army Chief Lieutenant General Christian Freuding, are openly warning that sometime before or right after our next presidential election, Putin is going to test NATO. We have a president who hates NATO, has always been suspect. Trump has always complained about Article 5, which forces America to fight Russia should it invade any NATO country. Trump has repeatedly said, really, we're going to have to fight Russia because they attacked Latvia? Our relations with Russia have always been on the knife's edge since and after the Cold War. Russia can destroy the world. They have the nuclear warheads. We can destroy the world. We have the nuclear warheads. So behind the scenes, through back channels, historically, Russia and the United States test each other to see how close to the brink we can take it without falling over. Russia does not have America's economic power, but it does have expansionist ambitions. And Russia wants to seize all the land around it with key resources. What do you think Putin's doing in the Donbass region? You think it's to protect Russian speakers stuck in Ukraine? We have interests in land with key resources. This is why Besant is signing deals, rare earth deals with Zelensky in Ukraine. This is why they want to seize Greenland. It's a game where people end up dead, and we push each other back and forth to see what each side can get away with. It is a game of high-stakes poker that has been going on since the end of World War II. It's high-stakes poker. Donald Trump doesn't play poker, and that is why he has showed America's hand to Putin. What we did in Iran was handing our cards over to Putin.